Hi guys, Assalamu Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of the parts of the 10 most comforting Quranic verses that I had planned to share with you guys. So I am done with 6 of them. There is 4 more that I really wanted to share with you guys, and I know I've been making a lot of content in between, but I never forgot about the fact that I wanted to share the 10 of the comforting Quranic verses. And so today, alhamdulillah, I've been able to come up with another part of it. So I've decided that in this video, I will share 2 comforting Quranic verses, as one of them I already shared with you, but I wanted to share it again and here just use a different context and different examples, inshallah. A lot of the times as humans, because of our limited lenses, we might really want something, okay, for ourselves, for our people, just anything in general. And we might be like, no, this just seems like the ideal for me. I know myself, I know my body, I know that it will be the best decision that I'll ever make for myself in my favor. The thing is that sometimes it just becomes so specific, especially if it is a person, or if it is a job, or if it is a business venture, or if it is like a place you want to live in, a country, anything, right? Sometimes we're just so specific with our dreams, and especially while we're not sure as to what are these things or people going to get us. Are they going to enter into our life as a form of blessing for those things coming into our life, or people coming into our life, or is it, for you all you know, going to not be very healthy experience? We really don't know. How would we know? Because we are humans, we have limited minds, we cannot see the future. And also, as Muslims, fortune predicting is not a part of the picture for us because it's haram, right? So you might not really get it sometimes, and it can be heart-wrenching. It can be heartbreaking if you wanted some job or some place or some house or some person or some opportunity to just be yours, to achieve something, and you didn't get it at the time. Maybe, yes, there were a lack of efforts, maybe from both the ends, from one end, maybe you weren't your best, most efficient self, whatever, you weren't able to get it. And also what happened besides that was, we're not expecting some of the things that happened into your life. But have you not thought about the things that you never expected will happen to you? It could be a person entering into your life, it could be a friend, it could be an accomplishment, it could be everything you've accomplished so far. Not a lot of those things, I'm sure you guys have actually planned that I want this, I want that. Not a lot of those things that you guys initially may have even liked for yourself. You may just have thought like, what is this? Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want this person. I don't want this thing. You may have had misconceptions about it, but then later you started loving that person or thing or people or whatever, right? You started loving it. And as humans, we have a tendency to be able to change our emotions and feelings about things easily. As much as you might find a person and you might be like, this is the best that could have ever happened to me, the moment that person leaves your life, it could take years for you to get over them, but you will eventually get over them. For that situation, I want to share a verse of the Quran with you guys, which actually justifies this serendipity. And then you eventually, everything makes sense. The whole procedure, the whole process, the whole journey makes sense. The whole pain, the tears make sense. My friends, another thing that justifies that attests to this verse of the Quran, is the fact that we have Jannah after this. People in Palestine that are suffering, the Israelis, I feel like they are able to just remove Palestinians or Palestine from the world, but they don't know what is coming for them, which is hell, because they're blocked by their ego. They're limited by knowledge too. And for Palestinians, I cannot say that they have no hope, because the way they have their tawakkul, they're practicing that in their fasts, the way they're so headstrong, that shows their tawakkul, because they know that Jannah is waiting for them. This life is not all there is. Just don't be deluded into thinking, and I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons that you'll have FOMO, is when people tell you, no, your life is supposed to be this certain way and that is it. It's important to try to make our life, happy, good for ourselves. It's also important to understand that if you are suffering, Allah is preparing you for Jannah. That is for sure. Because He said in the Quran that with every amount of pain you go through, your sins are being erased. And you're being rewarded too. And if it gets you closer to Allah, even better. You will get rewarded if you're getting closer to Allah. You might end up in Jannah, inshallah. So don't think that if you were able to surpass a stage of your life and you didn't live it to the best of your ability, that it's a big deal. I teach people how to be their best versions, how to have a good time. A huge portion of my channel's videos teach that. But if you weren't able to have that, that is okay. These situations basically teach us one thing, and all attest to one Quranic verse that is so comforting to the heart. It makes you want to give up on being stubborn with people, especially with people, you guys. Because chalo, like, suppose if you're like trying to get a job, like you're trying to become a YouTuber, okay, that is amazing, like that is still an opportunity you're choosing. But when it comes to a person, you not being able to get a person, your limited mind thought that they are the best for you, but Allah knows the entire picture. And I read one of these quotes on Instagram. It stuck with me, especially when I get deluded. To keep me real in my head, I keep reading that and reminding myself that inside of every person you know, there is a person you do not know. That is what made me understand the beauty of this verse even more. And the verse I'll be sharing with you right now. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 216, some of you might have already guessed it. Perhaps you dislike something which is good for you and you like something which is bad for you. Allah knows and you do not know. Develop abundance mindset, that whatever, like all these people, there are so many people on the internet that are telling you how to develop an abundance mindset, how to have the lucky girl syndrome. That is true. One of the major elements of all of this is to have a very, very open and an abundant mindset. This verse suggests us that. You realize how much of an abundance mindset should you have to be able to understand and apply this verse. Because if you were so attached, and if you were really limited in your mind, it would be very difficult for you to actually understand and apply this verse into your life. Because if something you have wanted, if some person you may have wanted, that person doesn't come to you, that thing doesn't come to you, you can be heartbroken because you were attached. But it takes a lot of guts. It takes being broken a lot of the times to be able to finally develop such an abundant mindset that if this thing is left, it wasn't good enough for me. Allah is planning me to get something way, way better. It takes a lot to develop this mindset, my brothers and sisters. When that one thing with that person doesn't work out, when that one friendship doesn't work out, when you thought this friendship was going to be my best friendship, it does not work out. It is very difficult when everything falls apart to still have this or keep this in your mind. But that is exactly when you have to remind yourself of this. Because you can give up on what you think you can have. You can give up on everything that looks uncertain around you. You can give up on the people around you. You can give up on that thing. But you cannot give up on your tawakkul, which is your trust in Allah, because He keeps His promise. And if He has told you that He will grant you what is good for you, even if you may not like it, and He will not grant you what is not good for you, even if you might love it, then you need to understand that and submit to the degree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows, we do not know. I know, you guys want someone. I know some of you might want a person. You might feel like that's the best person. But please, please be detached. Don't attach yourself to that person. Especially when you fall for things that just show you bare minimum effort also. It's an indicative of the fact that you might be living in a lack mindset. I cannot get better than this person. I cannot get this. I cannot get that. But the way Allah will make everything happen for you, like just in front of your eyes, you will be so surprised and awe, and you would be like, what is it that I had asked for myself, but what is it, subhanallah, that my Allah gave me? It's very important to acknowledge the fact that what you might be wanting for yourself might not be what is ideal for yourself. Yes, it's important to trust yourself out of the other people that are trying to constantly tell you something. I would prefer listening to my instincts over a random person's comment on me. But you need to understand you're not as important in front of Allah's decision. Your thoughts are not as important. Because in your own favor, Allah decides for you something. It might be so unclear in your head. You might try to figure out all the ways to try to make it make sense. But it will not make sense to you right now. Stop trying also for it to make sense. How many of the times have you gone up to people and asked them for advices? Have asked them for help? How many of the times have you expected people to be there with you? You may have thought, no, they'll be there for me, because I was there for them. Of course they'll be there for me. I mean, I've been there for them so much, or I expect them to be there for me because they like claim to be my people. They claim to be loving me. They claim to be there for me, my friend, everything. And you were utterly and horribly disappointed. You must have thought that I am there for all of these people, but when it comes to being there for me, there's literally no one. Well, who told you that they are the ones that will be there for you? Who told you that they are the ultimate helpers for you? Who told you to depend upon them and to obey of whether or not you deserve help on them? Yes, it is the best to be of help of the fellow ummah, of Rasulullah SAW, of the servants to Allah SWT, and that is important. However, if somebody fails to live up to this obligation of theirs, or somebody just isn't capable of being there for you because of their own reasons, give it to them, okay? Let's just let it be to them. You need to understand that they are not your ultimate helpers, especially if you are that type that's not asking for help as another fellow human, that, you know, hey, I need this favor from you. Especially if it's not as simply that you want to ask something, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to this person and they're gonna be the ones that will be there for me, because how dare they not be there for me? I was there for them. They don't remember it. People in general, yeah, they're ungrateful. So you cannot expect them to be there for you, because for them, their ego will come first. What your equation is with them at that point in time will come first. So your biases that, no, they should be there for me will not be visible to them, because they are selfish. People are selfish. They forget it. And that's why I know that reminding favors, it's not a good thing to do, but sometimes it just, your body tells yourself, but then I was there for them in so and so manner, so how can they not? But even then, stop all of it right there. Stop chasing these people, these ungrateful people, and go to your Allah, because He is the only one that can help you. It is said in the Quran that if Allah doesn't want harm for a servant, even if the whole world plots to harm a servant, nothing can even harm that servant. Nobody can be successful in harming that servant. But if Allah wants a test to be inflicted upon a servant, or if Allah wants a punishment to be inflicted upon a servant, even if the world tries to stop that to be inflicted on the person, it will still be inflicted on the person. So you need to understand everything is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the strongest. He is almighty. All these people you think should be of help for you, they will not be of help for you, because they're not capable of it. Some themselves might need help. And one of the verses that exactly describes this and that validates what I'm saying is a verse from Surah Al-Imran. It is verse 150. It says, "But no, Allah is your guardian and He is the best helper." Stop trying to put people on pedestal and think that they will be the best person to help me. And if they don't, I am disappointed. You know, that is what leads us to disappointments. Expecting so much from people. Putting people on a pedestal. Thinking that they're capable of everything. Thinking that they'll be able to solve everything for you. Ask Allah, and yes, the Zariya will eventually, to an extent, be humans that will make things work out for you. But firstly, you have to ask Allah for something and then go to humans. Not like begging humans and then eventually you'll get disappointed only and you'll turn to Allah. Instead, always keep asking Allah for what is the best, and then you can seek help and advices. And then when you trust Allah, and also when you rely upon the very first verse that I shared with you from Surah Al-Baqarah, which is that something might be good for you and you may hate it, and something might be bad for you and you may like it. So remembering that verse, and that we're not really capable of a lot of the times judging in the best way as to what is the best for us, you need to ask help for people. So if Allah decides that this one person might not really be capable of being of help for you, He will make sure that He sends another help. And then, but also in your mind, they might reject you and they might say no, or they might not be able to be there for you, and it might not really make sense to you at that point in time, but eventually you will understand. And also you will have it in your mind that, okay, the reason they maybe rejected me, the reason maybe they weren't able to be there for me, it's probably because they are not capable of it. Allah didn't decide for them to be capable of it. Moving on to the next, that's it. And also people don't owe you that, you know. We as your ummah owe each other help, we owe each other kindness, but a lot of the people, I feel like as your well-wisher, this is the best I can teach you, because I've been disappointed so many times in my life just thinking that as a fellow ummah, this person might owe me this because I did this for them. You guys need to realize I'm giving all these advices because I myself have been disappointed in my life severely. And that's why I'm sharing this out of my learning. So always understand that all of this is just coming from a person that's been disappointed, that's had first-hand experience of the things that I don't ask you to do. Not everything, but to a great extent, a very insightful experience of something that I warn you guys against, right? Okay guys, that is it for this video. There's 2 more verses that I want to share with you guys, and inshallah I'll share them in my future videos. So do stay subscribed if you want to be watching more such parts of these verses. Inshallah I'll come up with them. And also, if you like this video, do hit the like button, and also share this video with somebody that you think might want to listen to this video right now. Until next time, take care of yourselves guys. Keep me in your prayers, and I'll also keep you guys in my prayers. Allah Hafiz, Biman Allah.